Good afternoon, retail traders. It is Sunday, day before the market opens up on the 31st. This is a sneaky snake trading strategy. Please hit that like, subscribe, and ring that bell for future updates. Today I want to talk about the SPY. We hit a critical resistance level on the SPY Friday, and I want to point it out to you. I've been talking about these pattern here for a very long time now, ever since we broke out of it about 4 or 5 months ago, back on June 17th. We had them three black crows, we had the inside window, and we had the Darvas box. So I've been using this as a resistance level for the breakout, and we had it. Last week, all 5 days, broke out past that Darvas box pivot point, and we're going to draw that in. First, I'm going to put in these three black crows. Then we had this here candle pattern right here of the inside window. And then we had the Darvas box. So those are your three patterns that I've talked about before we had the big breakout to the 200 SMA. Now we've sold off. And we had that big day where we had that dip of 2%. And then the market closed above the 2% opening price, which was really an amazing day. And I was talking about that time in our room, mentioned it, that was the 5th time that that's ever happened. And ever since then, we've had an upward climb. I pointed out that resistance level would be maybe the top of this Darvas box right here around 390.25. So we got real close to it Friday. We had that big run on Friday. So what I'm thinking is, we've definitely got the interest rates coming out next week, and that should make this market consolidate, and we should start to build another box like this. So maybe I'm looking for maybe a smaller box to boot. If we keep it above the 9 EMA on the daily time frame, that would be great. But the resistance level, like I said, was 390.25, the top of this Darvas box. So the pullback is either going to be the 51 EMA if we do pull back to that 380, 59, 57 area. And we're going to try to hold this support level right in here and create a new Darvas box, almost yawned there. We broke two major resistance levels, and I'm going to draw them out here. One of them, they can run that line to that top of that candle right there and extend that to the right. That's going to be your new lowest low support if it does hit. If we do have, like a bad week and the market has a bad reaction come Wednesday with the interest rates, but I'll tell you my reason that I think we're just going to have a small pullback. The other resistance level was right in here, and we broke that a while back. I'm going to go ahead and extend that out to the right. We hit resistance here, and then we had the big dip, and then we broke out of that resistance channel. That's called the snake. We had the 21 cross over we had the 9 EMA cross over the 21 SMA. Then all last week we had the big run. And it ran all the way back almost up to that top. So I'm never going to say we're not going to have more drama, because we probably could, we probably will. But we've got the selection coming up, and I know that a lot of the fat cats are pretty wore out with this sell-off that we've had. I mean, they're getting a little frazzled right now, and that's why we had such a great run up to the top of that Darvas box. Now, all week long, plus last week, I've been talking about the resistance level on the top of this Darvas box at 390.25. So I'm definitely thinking it'd be tough to break it. If we do break it, we could run this thing all the way up to 410 and hit that 200 again. You got a resistance level right here. Now, the major pivot point on this yearly chart is at 390.25. It's a major resistance and support idea. You had support here, you have resistance here. It hit the body of that candle right there. It did pull back and hit again right there. Called that one out for the reversal up. And then we did have another pullback to that same trend line. It ran up for a good 4 days, and then we had the sell-off with the interest rates and just everything that's going on in the market. I'm, like I've said in my last few videos, that I'm definitely not seeing anything like this in my lifetime of trading the market for 20 some years. Even under the Obama watch, when we had the big crash, things are a lot worse now than they were back then. I still believe that the world has never recovered from the world recession, that we popped out of it during the Trump era, and we were in stagflation during the Obama era. So right now we're going back into that same pocket, but things are a lot worse now. We're being threatened with nukes. We've got a world war going on. We've got supply chain issues. We've got a war on energy created by our own president of the United States, which has caused total chaos throughout the world. They think we're nuts. Let the private sector take care of that. We were working on it. That's why I love Elon Musk so much. So we've got this resistance level here at 390.25. I think we're definitely going to pull back. If we do break out, it could be a clear run up to the next resistance level of right here, right around the 399.17 area. I need to prepare myself every time I do that, because I can't ever get that same number again. 399.17. And it could even bounce up a little bit higher than that. But that's what we're going to call our hard resistance at for the next pivot point inside of this here channel. That, or she'll pull back to the bottom pivot point of the Darvis box, which is at 380.95. I'd really like to see it hold above that, create a new box and go sideways for the next week, and then have that breakout up to the upside. So nothing's set in stone. We definitely, we got a beautiful snake here. We've had the breakout where the 9 crosses the 21. And then we had that beautiful run all week long. I did real well last week and the week before that. We've had 10 days of green. So, we need to consolidate. As an experienced trader, it would be best if, like we did right in here when we broke out of the Darvis box, we consolidated for a week. And then we had to break out. I want to see the same thing happen with this breakout. If you notice, we have 3 white soldiers right in here. 3 of them. And we did pull back to the bottom of that first soldier, which is right there at support level at 378.40. And it bounced up, holding up the 9 EMA. So let's keep this thing going sideways. I'm going to color this in. Interest rates will be raised next week. Now, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that the market is adjusting to any bad news, and it's not reacting as bad as it has been. And that the fat cats definitely want to get in this and run this up for Christmas and have a little Santa Claus rally. So if we do break the Darvis box top at the 390.25, I would almost go out another week or two, especially if we broke the 399.17. That's another $9 run, and she'll bounce up to the 200. If not, we'll pull back, go sideways here for a week, and have some good volatility up and down, and then she'll go ahead and she'll break out to the upside. But we'll see. We never know. Like, I come in here every day, totally all cash, and I've been scalping for a whole year. And I've created this new strategy that's just working wonderful for me. So that's it. The SPY. I wish everybody a great week. Let's just try to see if we break the 390.25 resistance. If we don't, we'll definitely hold, I think, the support level of 378.50 to 381. And if any of them numbers hit, that'll be great. We'll hold that 9 up, and that'll be positive for the market. We might come down a couple of times, and then break that resistance of 390. So I've got 3 or 4 different scenarios that I want to look at. Always try to follow the trend. Friday was just an excellent day. Friday was one of my best days. I mean, this thing just kept running and running and running, and I didn't see no end to it. I scalped it 2 or 3 times on the dips. Same as I did with Tesla. I held Tesla until the end of close and sold it. So let's keep a good eye on them. Retail traders. Have a great day. The Spy.